Now let me introduce our dignitaries on the dais. Mr. Sanjay Ji Hinduja, Chairman, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. I request Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan to hand over a bouquet to welcoming Mr. Sanjay Ji Hinduja. Our next dignitary is Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and CEO, BSC Limited. I request Mr. Sanjay Ji Hinduja to please hand over the bouquet welcoming to BSC Limited. Our next dignitary is Ms. Kanchan Chitale, Independent Director of Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. I request Mr. Bala Subramaniam to please hand over a bouquet to welcoming the occasion. Our next dignitary is Mr. Peter Hutton, Finance Director, Gulf Oil International. I request Mr. Balasubramanian to hand over bouquet as a welcoming gesture. Our next dignitary is Mr. Ravi Chawla, Managing Director, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. I request Mr. Balasubramanian to please hand over the bouquet. Our next dignitary is Mr. Manish Kumar Gangwal, Chief Financial Officer, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. Request to hand over the bouquet. As we all know, all the auspicious occasion we start with the lighting of the lamp, which symbolizes auspiciousness, prosperity, and abundance. Now I request all dignitaries on the dais to please come for the lighting of the lamp. Thank you. Yep. So, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, a part of Hinduja Group, is an established player in lubricants market in India and markets a wide range of automotive and industrial lubricants. To know more about the Gulf Oil company and its business, I would like to play a small video clip for the information.
Since its inception in 1901 at Spindletop in Texas, USA, Gulf Oil's journey has been about success and leadership through constant innovation. It is credited with the opening of the world's first drive-through service station in Pittsburgh, USA in 1913, the world's first commercial catalytic process in 1918, and the world's finest motor oil called Gulf Pride in 1928. In the late 1980s, Gulf was acquired from Chevron by the Hinduja Group, one of the largest diversified business groups in the world. Gulf is now under the flagship of Gulf Oil International, which is led by Mr. Sanjay Ji Hinduja. For over 100 years, the Gulf brand has successfully expanded its business in various sectors. Today, it enjoys a strong presence across the globe and is recognized as one of the largest independently owned lubricants companies in the world. Manufactured worldwide, its products are sold in over 100 countries. The products are formulated as per the highest global technology standards provided by Gulf Oil Lubricants and carry approvals from leading global original equipment manufacturers and standard bodies. With a singular focus on providing world-class lubricants, Gulf has had a legendary association with motorsports for over 70 years. Gulf and Aston Martin Racing's association has enjoyed great success on and off the track since 2008. The very first year of partnership saw them winning the title at the Le Mans 24 Hours. Here, Gulf's custom-made lubricants are used in races as part of the FIA World Endurance Championship. Gulf entered the India market in 1920. Today, it has a corporate office in Mumbai, manufacturing plant and R&D at Silvassa, 5 regional sales offices and 32 warehouses across India. And this is backed by a pan-India distribution network. The global R&D team has a large base in India that has enabled it to develop an India-specific product portfolio. The longer drain interval lubricants has been one of its pioneering innovations based on which market-leading products were launched. In 2006, the launch of Gulf Superfleet LE Max, which could go up to 36,000 kilometers between engine oil changes, revolutionized the market, which was used to an 18,000 kilometer drain interval. In 2010, Gulf Superfleet LE Max was upgraded to offer a drain interval of up to 40,000 kilometers. And in 2012, it launched Gulf Superfleet LE Dura Max, India's first and only 80,000 kilometer drain interval oil, once again leaving all competitors far behind. In 2007, Gulf Pride 40 Plus, India's first motorcycle engine oil with a drain interval of 10,000 kilometers was launched, again an industry first. As a result, Gulf Oil today enjoys excellent brand equity in the country and is currently amongst the top 3 recognized brands in the key segments it operates in. At a customer engagement level, through strategic placements and innovative associations with cricket and motorsports, Gulf Oil has become a force to reckon with. One such association is with the Indian Premier League. Through a 5-year-long journey with the league, Gulf has constantly stayed in the limelight. Since 2011, Gulf has appointed MS Dhoni as its brand ambassador and benefited hugely from the association. Gulf today has become one of the leading players in India with a 7% market share. Gulf's position is number 1 in South India and number 2 overall in new generation diesel engine oils, as well as in motorcycle engine oils in the bazaar market. This has resulted in impressive performance figures for its lubricants business. CAGR growth of about 15% in revenues and about 42% in profits before taxes over the last 6 years. EBITDA margins have been over 12% consistently. In the last 5 to 6 years, Gulf's overall growth has been faster than leading competitors and more than double the industry growth rate itself. With the demerger of the lubricants business of Gulf Oil Corporation Limited to Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, with effect from 1st April 2014, the new lubricants company Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited will manage the standalone lubricants business in India under the Gulf Oil brand. Moving forward, our approach is going to be more focused on the lubricant business as a pure play. Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited will bring in additional focus and resources to increase its business revenues and market shares in the lubricant space in India. Given the positive outlook for the industry, it is well placed to increase its market shares in the focus segments. It is also targeting to increase its presence in the tractor segment with OEM tie-ups. The company is also planning to focus on exports to neighboring countries. Plans are underway to expand the immediate production capacities at Silvassa and creating a second manufacturing unit at Chennai in the next 2 years. Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited aims to realize its vision of becoming one of the top 3 lubricant brands in the industry, with expected support from the growing Indian economy. We are Gulf Oil and this has been our journey so far. But you know what they say about journeys, that they don't end till the destination is reached. Our destination is the very top. And with our core values of quality, endurance, and passion, we are well on our way.
Thank you. I now request Mr. Sanjay Ji Hinduja, Chairman, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, to say a few words on this occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to this special event marking the commencement of trading of the shares of our newest company, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and CEO of Bombay Stock Exchange, and other senior officials of BSE for their help and support in facilitating the listing process smoothly and expeditiously. We are also most grateful for your presence here this morning. Our thanks also goes to the ladies and gentlemen from the print and electronic media, to my fellow directors on the dais, and to the management team of Gulf Oil Lubricants. Your support and cooperation has enabled us in the past to establish our enterprises and take forward in the Indian market. With your support, we have achieved so much together. We seek your continuing support in the future. The vision of Gulf Oil Group is to become one of the largest independently managed downstream global companies in the lubricant and specialty chemical sector. For Gulf Oil Lubricant India, our vision is to become one of the top 3 brands in the country soon. With total focus on our core business as a pure-play lubricants company, we are confident that with encouragement, help, and support of all our stakeholders, we shall soon achieve this. Today is the first step in this journey. Although the brand is established and well known in the Indian market, with the recent demerger, we put in place a strategy which will enhance greatly our shareholders' value. Once again, thanks to all of you.
Thank you. I now request Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and CEO of BSE Limited, to say a few words on this occasion.
Good morning, everybody. I welcome all of you to the International Convention Hall of Bombay Stock Exchange, BSE. We have on the dais Mr. Sanjay Hinduja, Chairman, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, Mr. Ravi Chawla, MD, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, Mr. Peter Hutton, Group Finance Director at Gulf Oil International, Ms. Kanchan Chitale, Director, Gulf Oil Lubricants India, and Mr. Manish Kumar Gangwal, Chief Financial Officer, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. Most of you are aware, BSE is Asia's first and now the fastest stock exchange in India. Established in 1875 as the Native Share and Stockbrokers Association, this International Convention Hall has seen the development of Indian capital markets over past many decades. First as a trading ring for the brokers in the 90s, and then as a convention hall post-digitization. BSE has offered an efficient capital raising platform to companies in India since its inception. The benchmark S&P BSE Sensex is tracked by investors across the globe. Today, the market cap listed on BSE is more than $1.5 trillion. The Gulf Oil Company was incorporated as Hinduja Infrastructure Limited on July 17, 2008 under the Companies Act 1956 with an objective of doing property infrastructure development business. The lubricants undertaking of GOCL was demerged and transferred to and vested in GOLIL, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, on a going concern basis with reference to the appointed date, 1st April 2014, located at Silvassa. The Gulf Oil Company is accredited with ISO 9001-2008 and ISO 14001-2004 certifications. BSE is happy to be the designated stock exchange for the Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. Through the demerger, company has listed 4,95,72,490 equity shares of rupees 2 each. Post the demerger, the issued, subscribed and paid up equity capital of the company exceeds Indian rupee 9.91 crore, consisting of over 4.95 crore equity shares of rupees 2 each. The market cap is expected to be in the range of 14 to 1500 crore rupees today. BSE is the world's largest exchange in terms of number of listed companies, which stands over 5,300. The nearest large exchange is around half the size of BSE. In the past couple of years, BSE has launched a number of market-leading practices, such as BSE SME platform, institutional trading in BSE SME platform, interest rate futures, currency trading, BSE derivatives, etc. BSE SME platform, which owns a lion's share in the market, has recently crossed the $1 billion market cap with 63 companies listed. Through its platform, BSE has been able to create a seamless ecosystem for SMEs to raise capital for their growth prospects by offering an efficient and liquid platform. BSE also introduced institutional trading platform in the BSE SME segment to facilitate the startup companies and SMEs to list without an IPO. I am proud to update all stakeholders that Asia's first stock exchange has also become its fastest. Earlier this year, BSE upgraded its trading system to Bold Plus, a new platform which offers a response time of 200 microseconds, several times faster than the nearest competition. Traders can now put around 500,000 orders in a second, adding a completely new dimension to the trading history of the Indian stock markets. With all the efforts and new technology, BSE has now gained considerable market share in past few months. I would like to extend my best wishes to both Gulf Oil Company and Gulf Oil Lubricants India and its entire team on this momentous occasion, and wish them all the success for all their future endeavors. Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you, Mr. Chauhan. On this auspicious occasion and to cherish the long-lasting relationship, I now request Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan to present a memento to Mr. Sanjay Ji Hinduja, Chairman, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. And also, now I request Mr. Sanjay Ji Hinduja to present a memento to Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, Managing Director and CEO BSE Limited, as a token of long-lasting association with BSE, one of the premier stock exchanges in India. At the same time, on this occasion, I request Mr. Ravi Chawla, Managing Director, to present a memento to Ms. Kanchan Chitale, Director of Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. Also, I request Mr. Ravi Chawla, Managing Director, to please present a memento to Mr. Peter Houghton, Finance Director, Gulf Oil International. Now I request Mr. Ravi Chawla, Managing Director, Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, to say a few words and profess a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Vinayak. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is indeed a very significant day for the lubricant business in India. As Mr. Hinduja mentioned, this is a positive step forward towards the vision of our chairman and our group, which is to take the Gulf brand to the top 3 position in India. It was his visionary thinking to create a separate entity for the fast-growing business, lubricant business, to create maximum value for the stakeholders. And really the journey of demerger started at Gulf Oil Corporation Limited in August 2013. And of course, it was to achieve greater efficiency of operations, create more value for what we are. As Mr. Chauhan was mentioning, sir, we are also the fastest growing lubricant business in India, like the BSE. So, of course, it is to maximize overall shareholder value and create an efficiency and realize our vision. We assure our chairman and stakeholders that we shall become one of the leading brands and aim to create maximum value for the shareholders in the future. I acknowledge and thank our chairman, Mr. Sanjay Hinduja, and the entire board of GOCL and GOLIL, under whose supervision and guidance we could achieve the demerger of the lubricant business. On this occasion, on behalf of the Gulf Oil Lubricants team, I must acknowledge and thank those who helped us to achieve the entire process of demerger in a timely manner. The entire process has been completed in a record time of 12 months. And I think I would like to mention here that led by our CFO Manish Gangwal, his team, our company secretary, and the others who deserve a lot of credit for this listing at such a short time, with good support from Gulf Oil International, the team, and of course GOCL. I of course would also acknowledge and thank all our stakeholders, the shareholders, the investor community who have been with us in this journey, and of course in the future, the central and statutory authorities, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Securities and Exchange Board of India, definitely the BSE and all the officials who is our designated stock exchange, the National Stock Exchange of India Limited, the National Securities Depository Limited, Central Depository Services India Limited, Carvi Computer Share Private Limited, our R&T agent, E&Y, a special thank you, our advisors to the demerger process, and of course our auditors. Special thanks to CLIA, our PR media agency, DDB Mudra, and Crayons, our ad agencies who have been with us in this journey and are here today, our distributors, our channel partners, retailers, and last but not the least, our senior management team at now Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited, and the entire staff and employees of our company who wholeheartedly supported this process. And really it's been a journey which has taken us to a new beginning which is a milestone for us to take this forward and realize the vision both in terms of efficiency, in terms of profitability, in terms of being there as the best brand, one of the top brands. We have already achieved that. We have become the top 3 brands in the segments that we play. So we're really looking at how we can take this forward with your support. Clearly for us, it is important that as we get listed, we are able to look at value creation, and we will be compared to the best in the industry. So it is important that the management and of course we are transparent in how we can communicate what is the industry status, how well we are doing, but it will not be done without the support of definitely this community sitting here today with us and all of you as our stakeholders and participants of this growth. So I'm hoping that we can take this forward, and thank you once again for all your support. I think we have some time now, so with your permission, we can show the AV of the stock exchange. I think some of the people are coming here in this historical place for the first time. We have, I think, about, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chawla.
Established in 1875 as the native share and stockbroker.
Now we'll play a small video about BAC, its history, and the information on the BAC Limited.
Association, the BSE, is the oldest stock exchange in Asia. The history of the BSE is the history of its people, the many men who founded the exchange, and the many people who took the torch forward and built it into the premier institution that it is today. There aren't many institutions in the country which can boast of having a 125-year-old history. Over this lifespan, the BSE has had good times and bad times, adversity, and the way those at the helm of affairs coped with it is what makes BSE today an institution that is vibrant and dynamic. The passing of the Companies Act 1850 paved the way for stock trading in India, but this activity could not pick up in the absence of a large basket of stocks available for trade. The number of shares available was few, and people did not really have large investable funds for trading in stocks. Brokers were a handful of only 6. There was no trading hall or stock exchange building, and whatever little trading that took place was carried out in the open, under the balmy shade of a banyan tree. The American Civil War, which resulted in an acute global shortage of cotton, changed all that. Lancashire mills had to turn to other sources, including India. As cotton was exported from India in large quantities, its price soared. Surat cotton, for example, went from a price of between 3 to 5 pence per pound to between 20 and 24 pence. Thus, between 1861 and 1865, export of cotton resulted in an unusual influx of wealth in the form of bullion amounting to 850 million rupees, much of which landed on the beckoning shores of Bombay. Naturally, this huge inflow of wealth sought investment opportunities. Such opportunities sprang up spontaneously and brought with them a new generation of visionaries who, being in the right place at the right time, played their designated role. Premchand Roychand, who by virtue of being the first Indian broker to read and write English, found himself eminently suited to lead the equities market in Mumbai to a new level. He floated or helped float several companies which sought equity investments. Initially, these shares commanded huge premiums, an offshoot of the paucity of investable outlets and a surfeit of funds. With the increase in activity, the number of brokers increased to between 200 to 250, as did their prestige and clout. When things cooled down at the end of the American Civil War, the organization build-up of the BSE started. At first, an informal association was created in between, and in 1887, the brokers formalized the arrangement through an indenture, spelling out Articles of Association of the Native Share and Stock Brokers Association. In July of 1875, 318 persons became, on payment of a princely sum of 1 rupee as entrance fee, members of the Stock Exchange Mumbai. They passed a resolution resolving to form an association for protecting the character, status, and interest of native share and stock brokers, and of providing a hall or building for the use of the members of the association. It wasn't until 1887, however, that they could formalize their resolution by a trust deed, which was the foundation of the present Bombay Stock Exchange. Men of great wisdom and vision pioneered the growth of the BSE. Sri Chunilal Motilal, a signatory to the original trust deed and the first president of BSE, saw the exchange through its most embryonic phase. Sri Shapurji Parucha, who was knighted in 1912, was the second honorary president of the BSE. He was responsible for setting up rules and regulation of the exchange. Sri Kikabhai Premchand, the third president of BSE, was knighted in 1931. He later became the Sheriff of Bombay. Sri K.R.P. Shroff, who rose from being a teacher to the presidentship of the BSE, created an indelible impression and used his sterling character, impressive appearance, strength of will, and compassion for the benefit of the exchange. In 1916, he became a member of the exchange. In 1920, a director, and retained presidentship of BSE for 43 years between 1923 to 1966. Sri Firoz Jijiboy also belonged to that generation of stalwarts. He played a stellar role in molding the Bombay Stock Exchange to its present status. He was instrumental in developing the Indian stock markets in general and BSE in particular. It was to commemorate his contributions, first as secretary of the BSE and later as its chairman, that the present stock exchange building was named after him.
Thank you very much. Now the actually countdown begins for this moment of trading in the shares of Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. The actual trading shall commence exactly at 10 a.m. Now all the orders has already started coming. Can we have the live screen now? What is screen? Yeah. There is a surveillance mechanism at BSE where all the orders will match and exactly at 10 o'clock the trading will start. So now I request all the dignitaries to be on near the gong, but exactly at 10 o'clock we'll hit the gong for that auspicious moment of the trading of Gulf Oil Lubricants India Limited. On behalf of Gulf Oil Lubricants, I thanks everyone and now formally conclude the program and request all the guests to join for the snacks and sweets which is distributed. Thank you for the entire media team as well as all the live telecast. Thanks. Thank you very much.